many viewers will be somewhat familiar with Whistling Straits and have played it or seen it at other championships. But if you could, maybe walk us through what you think will be some of the exciting holes. Match play is a different than stroke play. What do you think might be some fun holes for viewers to watch or pay attention to from a match play standpoint?
Right. Yeah, I think the Straits, if you were to ask me, the ideal course to play match play or to play the Ryder Cup on, I think Whistling Straits is one of the most ideal courses you could have for an event like this, because there's kind of drama around every corner. There's an opportunity to make birdies, and there's an opportunity to make a big number too if you don't execute well. For this event, it'll be set up a little bit differently. Our team's worked with Captain Stricker on how he wants to set the course up, and it will be set up a little bit differently than it was for the PGA Championships. I can't go into the details of that, but I think for those of your viewers that are familiar with our golf course, once they see it on TV during the Ryder Cup, they'll notice some little differences from what maybe they've experienced when they played it or what they've seen with the PGA Championships. One thing I can tell you is that it will play as a par 71, not as this is the normal par 72. One hole that I think is going to add a lot of drama, number 11, is normally a par 5, is going to be played as a long par 4 instead. It's going to be played, instead of being played at 600 yards, it's going to be played at about between 480 and 520. That hole in particular, I think it could add a lot of drama depending on the weather conditions and what the matchups are on a day-to-day basis. If you got the wind on that hole, into you on that hole, and you've got a long hitter playing against maybe an average length hitter, you could see a huge disparity in how they play and execute that hole. The longer hitters might be able to carry into a downswale and get a good bit of run out even into the wind, end up still with maybe a wedge into it, whereas the shorter average hitter will be hitting 3-iron or 4-iron into that hole in the exact same match. So that's one hole I think that could add a lot of drama depending on the wind conditions. On the front 9, you've got the 2 par 3s right on the lake. They're just visually intimidating, and they add a lot of drama depending on the wind conditions there. You could see a big number pretty quick on one of those 2 par 3s. Then you get on the back 9, and really, the show really starts on hole 15 when you got that long par 4, 520 yards, going straight out the lake. And then 16, you've got a reachable par 5 that guys could be going for, and you'll maybe see a lot of eagles on that one if someone hits a good shot. And then 17 and 18, those two are a war of attrition coming in. 2 of the hardest holes on the golf course coming in. You got a long par 3 that requires a high draw, and then you've got a long par 4 that pretty much everyone's going to be hitting mid to long iron into on that hole at the very least. So yeah, I'd say 11, and then the finishing stretch of the last 4 holes, and then the par 3s on the front are going to be the holes that really draw a lot of drama and a lot of attention to them.